Welcome to MindUP lesson number 9, Mindful Movement Part 2. As you know, my name is Joni and I'm a trainer for the Beach Cities Health District. And today we'll be challenging our balance through lots of different mindful movements. Now, this will require a lot of our focus and concentration, which we've been practicing a lot in our MindUP lessons. But before we begin, let's review the materials that we'll need for today's lesson. Here are the materials for today. The Mindful Movement Worksheet, Part 2, a pen or a pencil, scissors and glue or tape, a stuffed animal and a small book, and an open space to move and balance. Let's do a quick review of different mindful behaviors we've practiced together. We know how to breathe deeply to relax. We know how to use our senses to pay attention to the world around us. We know our heart rate speeds up when we're active and slows down when we're relaxed. We know our body and brain work together. Hi again. So today we'll be using all of those mindful behaviors I just mentioned to help us with our balancing. But first I want you to think about a time where you've actually had to use your balancing skills. So maybe you were walking along a really narrow path or a wall and you had to balance carefully. Or perhaps maybe you were walking down the stairs and you were carrying something really fragile in your hands that you didn't want to drop. I bet you were really focused on each step. So we probably use balancing in our daily lives a lot more than we even realize. And today we'll be practicing balancing with our bodies and then also with a few of the objects that I mentioned in your materials, the book and a stuffed animal. Let's begin though by getting our bodies and our minds ready with some breathing. So stand nice and tall, plant your feet on the ground, bring your arms down by your side. You can close your eyes or look down. Let's just take a nice big deep breath in and open your mouth and let it go. Roll your shoulders back. Just feel yourself connected to the floor really firmly. Take one more breath and exhale, let it go. Great. Blink those eyes open or look up and let's practice some balancing. All right, so we're gonna start off by putting most of our weight leaning into our right foot and then really slowly lifting our left leg off the ground. Start to notice maybe your right leg shaking, holding your body weight. It might even start to have a burning sensation. That means your muscles are working. You might feel a little wobbly, and if you do, it's okay to place your foot down and then bring it back up. Let's hold this together for another 10 seconds. 10, 9, continue to breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, great work. 4, 3, 2, and really slowly bring that left foot back down and just shake your legs out. You might feel a little bit tired on that right side. Nice. And then we'll do the same thing with our left leg, putting a lot of weight into the left and then lifting up our right. Now you might notice that one side is different than the other, and that's pretty normal. Usually we feel a little more confident on one leg than the other. So just start to notice that. There's nothing wrong with it. All right, let's get our bodies ready again, reset, and slowly start to shift your body weight over to your left as you lift your right. And find that balance. Maybe even put a little bend in your knee. You might feel a little wobbly. Notice how it feels different than the other leg. If you feel that same sensation burning in your leg, your muscles working, keep holding it. Good job. Breathe. And then hold for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, bring your foot down, and 1. Shake out both of those legs and your arms. And You may have noticed when I was balancing a couple things that I was doing. I have some balancing tricks for you. So one is to focus on something that's not moving. So find a focal point. That will help you keep your balance. Number two is remember to keep breathing. Sometimes we tend to hold our breath when we're trying to balance, and then that throws us off and we get really tense. We can keep breathing. Keep a little bend in your knees when you're balancing so you can use your muscles, okay? And if you make a mistake, you fall, you put your foot down, and all of the balancing practices we'll do today, not a problem. You just simply reset, maybe take a breath in between, and try again. Now finally, this is where it will get even more challenging and fun. We're going to incorporate the stuffed animal that you chose for today and the book. So I'm gonna grab mine. Stuffed animals first, and I have a little beanie baby. And the beanbag's gonna make it a little easier for me to balance this on my head. Depending on the size of your stuffed animal, it might be a bit more challenging. So I'm just gonna place it on your head. And find that focal point. Continue to breathe and move slowly as we lift our left leg up together. This time lift it out in front of you. And then maybe you can move it to the side. Your arms might come out to the side to help you a little bit. Start to slowly move your body. Ooh. Might get a little wobbly. If you do, put that foot down and come right back. Nice. And then switch. All right, I'm gonna shake my legs out. He's still sitting up there pretty nicely. All right, now I go to my left. I'm gonna find that focal point again. And then lift, have a nice bend in my knee. Breathing and just focusing on keeping that beanie baby on my head nice and still. All right, and then come back down. Now, if you'd like to have a little more fun with this, you can even start to walk around the room and try to keep this balanced on your head. And then you can try it with your book too. So you want about a medium-sized book is nice, not too hard in case it falls, hit your toes. And then this could be a bit more challenging. It will for me. And then same thing. You can try out your different balancing poses. All right, let's take a little balancing break. Do a quick review, and I'm going to show you the worksheet that we'll be using in the next video series.
We learned a few tricks to help us balance. Look at something that is not moving, breathe, move slowly, and if you lose your balance, take a deep breath and try again. Now it's time to grab your worksheet that looks like this. You'll notice 8 different yoga poses. We'll learn each of these in the next video.
Okay, now that you've had a moment to take a look at your worksheet, let's start to review these balancing poses together. We'll begin with tree pose. You can place your worksheet off to the side, and we'll review these so that you can become the teacher in just a moment and teach a friend or a family member about all of these balancing poses in your own order. So we'll review exactly how you'll cut and paste these in just a moment, but let's talk about the poses first. So the first one is tree pose. Remembering all of the balancing tricks we've learned, taking that deep breath, calming your body and beginning to move slowly, we'll reach our arms up towards the sky and slowly lift up our right leg and bring our foot to our calf muscle. And then from there, you can actually reach down and grab your ankle and place your foot on your inner thigh and try to reach your arms up again. You can sway your branches to give you a challenge. You can bring your hands to your heart. Your foot might start to slip, and that's okay. Just catch yourself. You can also do a little baby tree where you just put your ankle on your heel on your ankle, and you're still connected to the ground, but you have a little bit of a balance challenge there. So that's tree pose. You can try it on each side. Again, notice which one is different. And then we'll move on to our next, which is warrior three. Now warrior three sort of looks like an airplane. I'll turn to the side so you can see my body. I'm gonna reach my arms out, step 1 foot forward, and lift my back leg. And just like in tree pose, I can start to move my arms, keeping that leg lifted, maybe bring my hands to my heart, find that focal point, and continue to breathe. Slowly move out of it, and you can try it with the other leg. That's warrior three. Dancer pose, one of my favorites. You may want to use a wall to help you with your balance at first. So I'll show you how. Just put a little fingertip on the wall and grab for the inside of your foot, and you'll start to lean forward. Maybe you're ready to let go of the wall and reach your arm up. Keep that chest lifted and a little bend in your knees so you can hold that balance. Kick into your back leg and then slowly come out. Do the other side. And then it's time for eagle. So eagle pose, you may wrap your arms around you like this, or you can do more of a wrap, cross at your elbows and cross again at your wrists. And then once you have your eagle arms, either your hug or your double wrap, you can sit back into a chair, reach one leg up and over, and you'll also twist your leg around. And then you can come out and go to the other side. Wrapping your arms the opposite way, and other leg on top, and sit back into your chair. Nice. And you can hold these poses for as long as feels good for your body. If you want another challenge on top, you can always grab your Beanie Baby or your book and place it on your head too. All right, we've got 4 more. The next is standing splits. Now, I'd consider this a challenging pose for myself. Your foot does not have to go as high as it is in the picture. This is what you'll want to try. Your hands on the ground, and then lifting your leg up to any height that feels good for you. And dropping your head down, and then switching sides. Okay, so whatever height that leg comes up to is perfectly fine. You're just, again, focusing on balancing on that one foot. The next one, there's 2 ways for you to try this, is hand to toe. But before we take our hand to our toe, let's grab our knee. So we're gonna lift up, hold on to your knee and get your balance. Maybe reach your arm out to the side or up. You can stay right here, this is totally fine. Or reach down and grab for that toe, and you can stay here. Or you can try to extend your leg out and lift up. You might be able to straighten it, you might have a little bend like me, and you might fall right out. And then you can try it on the other side and compare. 2 more. We've got half moon next. So I'm gonna turn sideways, and my foot's gonna step forward, sort of like warrior three, but I'm opening up my hips to the side. I'm gonna start to lean forward, and I'm balancing on one leg with my arms reaching out long to the side and lifting up my back leg as high as feels good. And then coming down, and you can go to the other side. See how it feels over here. It's a little more wobbly for me on this side. And then come back. And you might notice your heart rate is starting to beat up. Even though we're not moving super fast, we're using our muscles. And that tends to happen when we start working our body. Finally, we have boat pose. Now, you won't be able to see my whole body if I sit down, but just like it is in the picture, you're gonna create a V shape with your body. So you're gonna sit on your seat, and you'll lift those legs up, arms out, and keep your chest lifted nice and high when you do that. You might tend to fall back or rock back and forth like a boat. Have fun with it, but try to stay up on your sit bones on your seat. Okay, so after maybe you practice one more round of these poses, or even right now, you can decide which one of these on your worksheet felt the easiest. What felt really good for your body? And that pose will go first in your little yoga flow, what we call it. We're gonna put the poses together into a little class and then teach somebody. So I would go from the easiest poses and make your way all the way up to the most challenging. Of course, there is no right or wrong answer. This is up to you. This is your yoga class. You get to be the teacher. Just remember all of the balancing tricks that we learn together. So whoever you teach, you can remind them as well. Have fun, be patient, and remember to breathe, right? Move your body slowly. I hope you had a lot of fun learning these yoga poses and balancing your body with me today. And I will hopefully see you in the next lesson.